Welcome to ADHD Whiskey. Today is the return of 1 Ounce Wednesday. If you're new to the channel, my name is Matt, and on 1 Ounce Wednesday I take a blind sample out of this box behind me, I pour it in a glass, I swirl it, I nose it, I taste it, I talk about it, and I ultimately score and review its ass. These samples were provided to me by patrons, friends, distilleries, viewers, and some of them are just samples from other bottles I've reviewed in the past that I poured and wanted to score totally blind. So if that all makes sense, then let's have 1 Ounce Wednesday commence. Boom, still got it. Blind sample from a box. Got one, opening it. America, or some other country that this whiskey may be from. Finding the glass, where'd I put my glass? Just had it. There, into the glass, I think, yes. And then we hide the bottle behind a bowling ball, maybe? And we'll find out what it is later. And inspect. All right, this whiskey is ultra dark looking. The color of it is super dark. It either looks old or possibly maybe finished, like in a second barrel or something, because the color is dark. I know some of you say that I have a stupid voice, which is accurate, and also go to hell, but you can tell that I'm fighting a cold, and I've been fighting it for days, but shooting videos can't wait any longer. I must shoot videos, otherwise there will be no content. And without content, there's no ADHD whiskey. Without ADHD whiskey, there is no me having, you know, I would have to drive a bus again. Swirling and twirling, getting this whiskey dizzy. Now let's put it in my nose and send it down the hizzy, the HVAC system of my body. Maybe a rye? It smells very good, a bit fruity, possibly MGP. Maybe an MGP rye, a high rye, possibly. It has a bit of a raisiny note to it. Some raisins or other dehydrated purple fruits. A very inviting nose that I'm extra happy to smell. Like extra inviting. Like a teen mom who recently got engaged and had her mother send out all the wedding invitations to every single person she's ever met because she needs all the wedding gifts because teen mom. What I believe to be a delicious rye whiskey, possibly down the hatch. Yeah. Wow, yeah. It's making me blink uncontrollably, one eye at a time. Which means it's good, and also means it's seemingly high proof. First sip of whiskey in a few days because I've been fighting this whatever the hell bug is going around this town. Everybody's sick and everybody has cracked windshields. Remember how in a previous video when I told you about how our windshields just keep getting effed up because of rocks that they put on the road due to the snow? They put gravel on the road and then the snow melts, but the gravel doesn't melt because they're friggin' rocks. And in order for rocks to turn into liquid and melt, they have to get extra hot, which won't happen until summer here in Colorado, not friggin' February. Anyway, I went to the pharmacy the other day to pick up an RX, and I noticed that the two cars parked in front of me also had cracked windshields. Then I got out of the car and I looked at the car next to us, cracked windshield. Then I walked down the row because I got curious. 8 out of the 10 cars parked in the row that I was parked in at the old pharmacy, cracked friggin' windshields. No, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but today I am. And it's a conspiracy about windshields and rocks and glass and money. Follow the money, they say. Follow the money. And speaking of following money, I would say that this whiskey costs a few bucks because it is high proof, possibly barrel strength, fits in the rye category of whiskey, and I would imagine is a little bit older. This tastes like a barrel strength, high rye whiskey with some age on it. Thick, viscous, spicy. It's got a cinnamon fireball quality to it. It is very good. It is very potent and flavorful and high proof. It tickles me in all the places that a good rye whiskey should. And although I am sick, I do have the ability and the capability to say that this is one sick rye whiskey. And therefore I give it a 6 score of 7.8. 7.8 for this rye whiskey. It is very good. If I had all my faculties about me and could taste like extremely well, I might be able to pick up on more nuances of this whiskey, do a little bit harder of a deeper dive into it to maybe like find some extra peculiar or particular characteristics of this that I either like a lot or dislike a little bit, but since I'm not operating at optimal mat levels, I don't have the abilities to really nitpick or judge too deeply what is in this glass. But from an outsider's perspective, I would say that 7.8 is a fair score based off of my abilities to taste liquor. Now that we have the score, a 7.8, let's find out what the heck we were drinking on this 1 ounce Wednesday. On this 1 ounce Wednesday, we were drinking Angel's Envy Cask Strength Rye 2023. That's a Cask Strength Rye. Oh shit. Thank you, Bill Kavanaugh, for sending this sample. Holy crap. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this back in here, the little bits that's left, so that I can sample it at a later date to try to pick up on some nuances that maybe I wasn't able to taste today. And if I find it to be better or worse than a 7.8, I'll let you all know. That's gonna do it for this 1 ounce Wednesday. Where the heck did I put the lid? Where in the heck did I put the lid? Thank you so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on sanitizing your children and what do you call it? Antibacterial, disinfecting them when they come home from school every day. I can't keep my kids' fingers out of their mouths. Did I just say that right? I can't keep my children's fingers out of their mouths. That's what I meant to say. If I said anything else, I did not mean it. Because if you switch a few words in there, then it sounds real weird. But they're just always touching stuff and then licking and touching and nosing and touching, and I'm like, stop it! This is why we're sick so much. Everybody teases me about how much I'm sick. And it's not me, I'm washing my hands and I'm being good. The kids come home from school and they stuff their hand in a jar of peanut butter. My jar of peanut butter. Also in the comments down below, tell me, how do you disinfect your children? If you have elementary aged children, are you sick all the time too?